Here are 5 tips for more advanced English conversation. But first, roll that intro. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you, my friend, happen to be in this big wide world of ours right now. It is very much morning here in Tokyo. I am Julian Northbrook, and this is Doing English. Want to sound more advanced when you have your English conversations? Sure you do. And that is what I am here today, my friend, to help you with. Here are 5 tips, 5 things that you can do to sound more advanced in your English conversations. First and foremost, know that advanced speakers are not advanced because they learned advanced English, but because they have an advanced command over the basic English. A big mistake that a lot of people make is thinking that in order to be advanced, to have advanced English conversations, they have to be having conversations about difficult stuff, using big, complicated, clever sounding words and difficult grammar patterns. But this doesn't make you advanced. People who come across as extraordinary speakers of English are people who have not a basic command of advanced English, but have an advanced command over basic English. Point number 2, be interesting. This is another thing that people miss, but in order to speak a language well, you need 3 things. You need the language, of course. You need the phrases and expressions that you need to express the things that you want to express if you're gonna speak the language. And yes, using the language in interesting ways is an important part of being advanced when you speak, and we're going to talk more about that in a moment in points 3, 4, and 5. But no matter how many interesting phrases and expressions, good bits of language that you have, if you don't have anything interesting to say, because you're a boring old fart who does nothing but sits around at home all day watching TV, then, well, you ain't gonna be interesting anyway. Point number 3, make your speaking pop. One of the things, not the only thing of course, but one of the things that really shows you up as an English learner, as somebody who is speaking English as a second language and who is still trying to improve, is that you may be overusing dry, boring, stale language. In a way it's understandable because as a second language speaker we get so caught up with worrying about the surface level stuff. Am I making a grammatically correct sentence? Is this the right word in this context? Is my pronunciation okay? Is my accent difficult to understand? We get so caught up with these things that we tend to default to safe language, but safe language is often quite dry and quite boring. Take, for example, this example from Extraordinary English Speakers Season 2, Episode 22. The story is called Bring Your Own Bottle, and it's about one of our regular characters, John, who is off to a party. He needs to take a bottle of wine with him, so he's just run to the off-licence in the pouring rain and bought a bottle of wine. Since him and his flatmate Alec have had a particularly tough day, he bought a second one to take back with him and have a glass at home with Alec. But when they open the wine and try a glass, John realises that the wine that he's just bought is nasty. It is not, as he expected, a nice bottle of wine. Now, in this kind of situation, you might try the wine and say, oh, this doesn't taste good. Oh, this is not a good wine. And that would be fine. But it's a bit dry. It's a bit boring. Instead, John tries the wine and says, this is a cheeky little number, isn't it? To which Alec responds, you mean it tastes like old socks? The point is the way that they describe the wine. Instead of just saying, this is bad wine, John uses a bit of irony. Oh, this is a cheeky little number, isn't it? And Alec uses an analogy. Tastes like old socks. It means this is bad wine. It doesn't taste good. But it's said in a way that is not only more interesting, but conjures up more vivid images of just how bad this wine is for the listener. Closely connected to this then, number 4, play with the language. In the same way as one of the things that shows you up as a non-native speaker is that you overuse dry, boring language, non-native speakers, people learning English, tend to be way too oversensitive to the grammatical accuracy of the things that we and you are saying. Again, I get it. We're so caught up with worrying about, am I speaking in correct English? Am I making mistakes? Am I looking stupid by screwing up the language? That we default to this safe language and we try very, very hard to speak in very grammatical, mistake-free ways. Whereas native speakers, on the other hand, don't really give a shit about that stuff. And we often purposely manipulate the language and use purposely ungrammatical language to emphasize things, to make what we're saying more interesting, and to really highlight points. You may not know this about me, and this is a little bit embarrassing, but I am a secret Sex in the City fan. Yeah, I know. You probably want to just unsubscribe from this channel now. But check out this clip from Season 1, Episode 10 of Sex in the City.
I'm on total ovary overload. Which kind do I get?
Here, this one's on sale. Half off.
Sweetie, I just spent $395 on a pair of open-toed Gucci's last week. This is not the place to be frugal.
All right.
Well, what about this one?
Oh, first response. I remember first response. I had a very reassuring moment once with first response.
Oh.
Here's hoping.
What if I am?
If you am, you am.
I don't think I'd be very good at this.
Do you see what Miranda did there? The context here, the story, is that Carrie thinks she might be pregnant and she's going to take a pregnancy test. But she's worried to do it because she can't decide whether she would be happy or not happy if it turns out that she's pregnant. Is she ready? She doesn't know. She can't decide. What if I am pregnant? She says. To which Miranda replies, if you am, you am. Clearly this is ungrammatical English. The correct English here would be if you are, you are. Right? Well, yes, that would, technically speaking, be more correct. But it would be boring, and it would also lack the same kind of emphasis and impact as the way that she says it has. Both of these points, 3 and 4, are very much advanced English conversation technique, and they take learning, time, and practice to get good at them, and getting them wrong is just gonna confuse and make you seem like you're really crap at English. But again, with time, practice, and well, learning, you can get good at them. And this is, incidentally, or not, because otherwise I wouldn't be talking about this, something I'm going to cover in immense detail in my Small Talk Superhero Mastering the Art of Advanced English Conversation event, live in London on June 9th. It's a 3-hour or so event at a beautiful little hotel in Farringdon, London. We're going to go deep into the art of advanced English conversation, the language you need, the technique that you need, everything that you need to know about speaking extraordinary English in English, well, conversation. People who come along are going to get a nice thick manual to take away with them that has all the notes and everything of everything I'm going to talk about. Packed as well with samples of language, examples of phrases and expressions, ways that you can actually do these things that we're talking about. You're going to get a complete recording of the event to take away with you so that you can review as many times as you want, and you are going to need to review because we're going to be covering a lot of very advanced stuff in this seminar, and you're going to get a 30-minute follow-up call with me on Skype so that if you've got any questions about actually implementing this stuff and getting good at doing this stuff in your own conversations, you can do that. And that's quite a bonus because I charge a lot of money for my personal time. But people who come to the event are going to get that thrown in for free. For more information, click on the link in the description or head over to smalltalksuperhero.com. Number 5, if you thought points 3 and 4 were a little bit advanced, you might want to set number 5 aside for now, because this is one of the most advanced things that I've got to talk about, and something which we're also going to talk a lot about at Small Talk Superhero, as well as in next week's Extraordinary English Speakers lesson. members, pay attention to that. Use empathy points. Empathy points are what I call the things that we say in conversation, often subconsciously. Most people, at least native speakers, aren't doing this consciously. But the things that we say in conversation to show the person, I understand you, to build rapport with that person. Great example of this, in next week's EES lesson, two of our regular characters, Takumi and Sasha. Takumi and Sasha know each other, but they work in different departments of the same company. And it's been a couple of months since they saw each other, but they both come out of different meeting rooms at the same time and bump into each other in the corridor. They get chatting, catching up. How have you been? How's life? Asks Sasha. Takumi replies, great, we've been busy with this and that. You know how it is. This is the first empathy point in the conversation. You know how it is. You are familiar with this kind of situation, right? Aren't you? And it just bridges the gap between two people, builds rapport, tells the other person, my life is not so different to yours. We are similar. We are the same. Later in the conversation, Takumi talks about how expensive furniture is. I know the feeling, responds Sasha. Another empathy point. It shows, I get you. I understand you. I've been in the same kind of situation. Sasha then goes on to give Takumi some advice and talk about some places he might be able to get some more affordable furniture, and the conversation flows from there. But the point is, we are constantly slipping these little phrases and expressions, these chunks of language, into our conversations to help build empathy and rapport. So there we have it, 5 tips for advanced English conversation. Know that advanced English does not an advanced English speaker make. Be interesting, make your speaking pop, play with the language, and slip empathy points into your conversations. Remember, we're doing Small Talk Superhero, Mastering the Art of Advanced English Conversation on June 9th, live in London. Link in the description, or smalltalksuperhero.com. We've got 3 places left at the time of recording this. Once they're gone, they are gone, because the event room that we're using is pretty small. This, then, is me, Julian Northbrook, handing the baton over to you. If you've got any questions about speaking extraordinarily well in English conversation, ask them in the comments. Hopefully I'll see you at Small Talk Superhero, but regardless, I'll see you same time, same place tomorrow in the next exciting Doing English, Julian Northbrook, whatever you want to call them, video. Thank you and goodbye. If you're interested in joining us at Small Talk Superhero, Mastering the Art of Advanced English Conversation, or simply want to know more about what the event is, click on this button here. And if you are worried because you're always stuck using simple words, I recommend you watch this video right here.